are discussing about some important definitions uh, like input bias current, important definitions like input input bias current, and second one input offset current, and third one is input offset voltage. Input offset voltage. Okay, and so these three definitions we are discussing about in yesterday class. I already tells what is the, once again I repeat the definition in briefly. Input bias current means it is the average of two currents which flow into inverting and non-inverting terminals of the op amp. So this input bias is nothing but the average current, average. So average current which flows from non-inverting and inverting terminal, between inverting and non-inverting terminal. So this average current is called input biasing current of the operational amplifier. Similarly, what is input offset current? Input offset current means it is the algebraic difference. So difference of, so I difference. Okay, so difference of the two currents which flow from input and inverting and non-inverting terminals. So it is the difference of the currents. That difference of the currents of the difference of the current, the difference of the current between input in inverting and non-inverting terminal is called input offset current. So actually it is ideally it is zero, but practically it can see a few nano amperes. So what is input offset voltage? So input offset voltage means so we already discussed about in previous class. So generally in ideal op amp condition, uh, in ideal op amp condition, the output voltage for ideal op amp, the output should be zero. Okay, when both inputs are grounded. For suppose if you have any operational amplifier like this is inverting amplifier, inverting terminal, and this is non-inverting terminal, then both terminals are, for supposed to be considered both terminals are grounded, then definitely our input or output voltage is zero. Okay, so output voltage is zero and both inputs are connected to grounded, but it is an ideal case. Okay, ideal case, ideal means it is a theoretical, but come to in practical situation, what will be happen? The output voltage is not equal to zero in practical. Okay, it shows some small voltage which approximately equal to ground voltage. So we want to reduce that voltage, otherwise we will set that voltage is equal to zero by applying some input signal. So this is called any one of the terminal, if you give a small input signal to reduce the output current into zero. So this small voltage is called input offset voltage. Okay, so remember everybody, these three definitions yesterday we are discussing about. Right now I am discussing about the fourth definition. Today class we are discussing about fourth definition, offset, output offset voltage. Yesterday class we are discussing about the input biasing current, input offset current, and input offset voltage. So right now in this class I'm discussing about the fourth definition. So this is called fourth definition, output offset voltage. Output offset voltage. So what is how output voltage? Offset voltage. So generally it is the output voltage. It is the output voltage. Output voltage of op amp when V1 is equal to 0 and V2 is equal to 0. So it is the output voltage of op amp when V1 is equal to 0, V2 is equal to 0 means that both the input terminals are grounded. Okay, first suppose if you see in diagram, so this is called your operational amplifier. This is inverting and this is a non-inverting terminal. Okay, so this is inverting terminal, this is non-inverting terminal. Both inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal becomes grounded. Okay, then definitely it shows some voltage V is equal to 0, output voltage 0. Okay, so this voltage is called output offset voltage. So it is represented by V naught naught, output voltage, output offset voltage. So this is called output offset voltage. So this is represented by V naught naught. So how output offset voltage. And the fifth one is this is a very important definition. Generally this definition will ask so many times in exam. This is called common mode rejection ratio. Okay, common mode rejection ratio is a very important definition. Okay, so in above, I think I'll tell you these definitions. In above definition, this definition is very important. They are asking for 5 marks. This is there, and this definition and another one more definition there is there. These two definitions are in public examination. They will give you 5 marks question. So common mode rejection ratio. Okay, this is sometimes called as CMRR. Okay, define CMRR. I like asking question like define CMRR. So the common mode rejection ratio, the common mode rejection ratio may be defined as the ratio of the differential voltage gain to the common mode gain. Okay, so this is the common mode rejection ratio. Is the common mode rejection ratio may be defined as the ratio of differential voltage gain. So what is differential voltage gain? So that is represented by differential voltage gain. So that is denoted by capital AD. Okay, so this is called differential voltage gain. Capital A indicates for gain and A suffix D is indicated for the differential. See, so differential voltage gain. So that is represented by AD. And what is the common mode gain? So common mode gain is represented by ACM. Common mode gain. Okay, so the ratio between differential voltage gain and to the common mode gain. So right now we will discuss about what is the differential voltage gain and what is the common mode gain. So therefore CMRR is equal to mod differential gain divided by mod common mode. Okay, so this is the most important formula. This is called common mode rejection ratio. Okay, right now in briefly I'll discuss about what is AD value and AC value. So please note it, everybody. I'll move to next page. So because this page is not sufficient for write everything. So please note as fast. So the fifth definition is the most important definition because so many exams this definition is asking for 5 marks question. So common mode rejection ratio and slew rate, these two definitions are combinedly asking for 5 marks question. Okay, so common mode rejection ratio is a very important because every op-amp have some CMRR value. So we can find out the value by using this formula. CMRR is equal to AD by ACM. What is AD? AD is nothing but differential voltage gain divided by common mode gain. So what is differential voltage gain and what is common mode gain? So we will discuss about that common mode and voltage gain. Okay, so right, actually we know that differential voltage gain is nothing but voltage gain of this operational amplifier. Voltage gain of this operational amplifier. Actually differential voltage gain is represented by is nothing but voltage of the voltage gain of the operational amplifier. So gain of the operational amplifier, you can find out gain easily. Okay, because see, when the moving to next page. So here the differential voltage gain, differential voltage gain. So the differential voltage gain ACM is nothing but AD, differential voltage gain is nothing but AD. So the differential voltage gain is nothing but, say, actually what is the operational amplifier output voltage V0 is equal to some gain times of input voltage. Input voltage means VT. Okay, that is called differential voltage. So every op-amp, see, in op-amp you will give inputs to this inverting and non-inverting terminal. Okay, so our output gives the gain times of the difference of this input terminals. So therefore, so this VD is now represented by something V1, V2 minus V1. Okay, so this is nothing but non-inverting terminal minus inverting terminal. Okay, this is non-inverting terminal minus inverting terminal. So that is the difference. VD is nothing but difference of the voltages. Okay, and now from this equation you can write what is the gain of the amplifier. Gain of the amplifier A right now AD. Okay, so differential gain AD is equal to what is the value V0 by VD. So therefore, so differential voltage gain AD is equal to V0 by VD. So therefore, V0 by VD is nothing but V2 minus V1, because you are given an operational amplifier like that. Okay, so this is inverting mode and this is non-inverting mode. So inverting mode voltage is V1, non-inverting is voltage V2. Then output is nothing but V0. So therefore, the gain of the amplifier is capital A. So therefore, V0 is equal to gain times of the difference of these two voltages. So the difference of this voltage is represented by VD. Okay, so the difference of voltage is represented by VD. So therefore, this is VD like this. You can. So this is the differential voltage gain. So that is called V0 by VD. But VD is nothing but V0, V2 minus V1. So therefore, this value is V0 divided by V2 minus V1. Okay. So this is your final answer. And so this is the difference here. So right now VD, AD is nothing but. So this is the one important equation. Okay. This is one of the important equation. Right now, I'll explain what is the common mode gain. So the common mode gain, common mode gain is nothing but capital ACM. It is nothing but, actually what is the common mode? The same you will write. Common mode is equal to output by VCM. Okay, so here the same principle again repeated, but here VCM is nothing but common voltage. So this is called common voltage, VCM. So this common voltage is nothing but average voltage. Is nothing but average voltage, common voltage or average voltage. So therefore, this is common voltage or average voltage. This is nothing but VCM is equal to V1 plus V2 by 2. Okay, so therefore, this value is represented by V0 by V1 plus V2 by 2. Okay, so this is the average. If you multiply these two gains, then you will say that the ratio of the gains are nothing but CMMR. So, uh, so the multiplication, sorry, division, the division of these two gains, AD by ACM, is nothing but CMRR. Okay, understand everybody? Please note it. Okay. Generally, what we observed that higher CMMR indicates higher CMRR indicates better rejection of common input for ideal differential amplifier. Common input for ideal differential amplifier. Understand? So higher CMMR rejection, the value, first suppose this value is maybe higher, then it shows the better rejection of common input for ideal of an operational amplifier. Okay, so the ideal differential amplifier. Okay, if first suppose if ACM means common mode gain is tends to 0, then common mode of the operational amplifiers becomes 0. Then definitely CMRR CMRR. So see, this value is becomes to 0. That means 1 by 0 is nothing but infinite. So CMMR is infinite value for practical. So I did higher CMMR indicates the better rejection of common input for ideal differential amplifier. So ideal differential amplifier, no, this value CMMR value is always shows higher. But whenever the common mode of operational amplifier becomes 0, then your CMMR is almost infinite. So in practical case, the CMMR of the CMRR of the amplifier is always infinite. So value is almost infinite. Okay, so please note everybody. I'll move to another page. Please note everybody. So, please note everybody. So shall we move the next page? Please note everybody. Okay. Right. Shall we move another page? Because we are next we are discuss about what is the sixth definition. That definition, sixth definition is called sixth definition. That is called slew rate. Slew rate. Okay. So this is a RATE rate, slew rate. Slew rate. Okay. Generally, slew rate means slew rate is the measure of how fast the output voltage of op amp can changes with respect to time. Okay, so this means how the slope of the output voltages changes with respect to time. That tells about slew rate. Okay, so slew rate is the measurement is the measurement of how fast the output how fast the output voltage of op amp how fast the voltage of op amp can change with respect to time, can change with respect with the 5 marks question. They are asking what is the CMMC. It is a specified slow rate mathematically slew rate is equal to, this is represented by actually capital S suffix R, slew rate. Okay, so mathematically slew rate SR is equal to S suffix R is equal to, see, slew rate is nothing but how output voltage can changes with respect to time. So that's mean important. Please note that. Please note that. So once student respond me, everything is visible. So please students, everybody have, okay. Is the screen is visible or not? Please tell me first of all. Everybody visible the screen? Okay, right. See, actually this is the slew rate formula. So it is specified actually. mm, we always write the, actually we are using units like So the slew rate is always, it is specified actually. It is specified. It is specified in volt per microsecond. So this is the units actually, units of the slew rate. So it is specified in V naught. This is called output voltage. Voltage per meter per second. So this is called units. Units. Okay. And for ideally, for ideal op amp, for ideal op amp, the slew rate is, for ideal op amp the slew rate is almost infinite. Okay, so infinite value. For ideal op amp the slew rate is almost infinite. Okay, so right, understand everybody? So almost it is a infinite value. So please note everybody, we can see the slew rate by using this graph also. For suppose if you consider for practical op amp characteristics curve once again. Okay, so in characteristic curve you learn what is the slew rate. Okay, so in slew rate actually I'm using another curve. So actually this is the okay. So first suppose you consider that like, so first suppose this is a 1 microsecond. This is 1 microsecond, 1 microsecond. And for suppose if you change this voltage at 1 microsecond is a 0.5 volts. So how can you find out your slew rate? The change in voltage, the changing output voltage with respect to this time. Okay, so you can measure, that is the slew rate of your operational amplifier. Okay, understand? So right, these 6 statements are very very important actually. Okay, now we will see the practical and ideal. Next concept is practical and ideal operational amplifier characteristics. Okay, so now I will give you a chart of the practical and ideal op amp characteristics chart. Okay, in the chart you can clearly identify what is the values of the operational amplifiers. Okay, right, I'll give you next very important chart. Please note everybody. After then we will go to what is the circuit symbol of 74741 IC of operational amplifier. ఏ ఎవరు కాల్ చేస్తున్నారు కంటిన్యూస్ గా? Right. Please note everybody. I'll move to some practical operational amplifier, ideal amplifier characteristics. What are the characteristics right now we are studying in type of definitions? Now we will see the chart, the values of the ideal op amps and practical op amps. Okay, so right. So please note everybody. I'll move to next page. Okay, shall we move the next page? Now, this is the important chart. Comparison of parameters of ideal and practical amplifiers. Comparison of parameters of ideal and practical op amp. So this is the slide heading. Comparison of parameters of ideal and practical operational amplifiers. So first of all, I draw the chart here. This is a chart. The serial number and characteristic and ideal op amp, and this is the final. Okay, serial number, characteristics, ideal op amp, practical. Next, practical op amp. So this practical op amp is nothing but IC741. So series of op amps. This is op amp IC number 741. Okay, and see the first one is open loop voltage gain. So generally open loop voltage gain. So open loop voltage gain for ideal op amp is always infinite. Okay, so that is nothing but simple infinite. But in case of practical op amp, its values around 2 into 10 power 5 times. Okay, so around practically it shows the open loop voltage gain is 2 into 10 power 5 times. And second important characteristic is input resistance. So input resistance is ideal op amp. Ideal means it is a theoretical value, actually theoretically. Okay, theoretically value. So input resistance is also infinite. Okay, infinite for theoretical ideal op amp, but it values almost 2 mega ohms in practical case situation. 2 mega ohms. And third point is output resistance. Output resistance for ideal op amp is almost 0, but practically it shows 75 ohms. 75 ohms. Okay, practically it shows 75 ohms. And the fourth parameter is input offset voltage. Input offset voltage. So input offset voltage is also practically, means ideally it values 0, but practically it shows 2 millivolt. Okay, so practically that is not shown in 0. Okay, but theoretically it shows input offset voltage is 0. And fifth parameter is input offset current. So input offset current is also practically it shows So theoretically it shows 0, but practically it shows 200 nanoseconds. 200 nano amperes, not seconds. 200 nano amperes. Okay. So simply I extended this chart for further values. It's also important chart. Please note everybody. Okay. And the sixth one parameter is bandwidth. 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 Bandwidth is also practical. Theoretically, it shows infinite bandwidth, infinite, but practically it is 1 megahertz. Practically, it shows 1 megahertz. And seventh important point is CMRR. I already tell you what is common mode rejection ratio. It values theoretically its value is infinite, but practically it shows 90 decibel, 90 decibels CMRR. Okay, and the eighth one is slew rate. Slew rate. Slew rate is also ideal op-amp. It is infinite slew rate, but in practically it is 0.5 volt per second, volt per microsecond. Okay, and this is the very important chart of comparison of theoretical and practical operational amplifiers. This chart is very important chart. So it's very IMP chart. Okay, so please note everybody. The open loop gain voltage open loop voltage gain is ideal op-amp is infinite, and practically it shows 2 into 10 power 5 10 power 5 times. Okay, but input resistance it is infinite for ideal, but 2 mega ohms for practical op-amps. So output resistance is 0 for ideal op-amp, but it shows 75 ohms in practical op-amps. So output resistance is 0. Input offset voltage. It's ideally it shows 0 value, but practically it shows 2 millivolt. Similarly, input offset current. It is also ideally shows 0 value, but practically it shows 200 nano amperes. See, this is a theoretically whenever we are construct any op-amp, that op-amp అంటే మీన్స్ డయోడ్ కానీ op-amps కానీ లేకపోతే ఇంకే ఐసీస్ కానీ తయారు చేసినప్పుడు ప్రాక్టికల్ గా చదివే వాల్యూస్ థియరిటికల్ వాల్యూస్ కి కంపారిజన్ ఉంటుంది. ఎందుకంటే థియరిటికల్ గా అనుకున్న వాల్యూస్ మనకి ఏంటంటే ఇవి ఒక థియరీ ప్రకారం వస్తాయి, కానీ ప్రాక్టికల్ గా ఏమవుతుందంటే కొంత కరెంట్ ఫ్లక్చువేషన్స్ జరగడం వల్ల కొన్ని వాల్యూస్ చేంజ్ అవుతాయి. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మేజర్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఐడెంటికల్ అండ్ practical operations. So therefore, in ideal op-amp these characteristics shown, in practical op-amp it shows these characteristics. Okay, so this is very important. Let us we'll move next page. Please note everybody. So everybody understand or not? So please message me. Right. Okay. Please note everybody. Shall we move the next topic? I already show the comparison of practical and identical operational amplifiers. In your textbooks, you study parameters like an ideal op-amps or parameters like practical op-amps. They will give you separately in your textbook. If you after afternoon you will see your textbook. The textbook will in your textbook they will give you separate. I am using this comparison table. Like this table is also given in your textbook. Okay. But at the same time, you will study the different operations, and like whatever I tell you in previous, input offset voltage, input offset current, like, so those parameters are given for practical condition. At the same time, ideal condition is separately in your textbook, so please follow. And after that, I'll move the next concept, circuit symbol of practical operational amplifiers. Okay, so we will move to next concept. Okay, so let us we move next page. The next page. Next page. Come to next page. So next we are discussing about the circuit symbol of CA 741 of amp. Okay, so this is the circuit symbol of CA. Okay, otherwise you will not CA or whatever may, or whatever it may be, IC and kuda raskochu dini, IC 741. So IC is nothing but integrated chip, CA is nothing but actually you will write, no problem, circuit symbol of IC 741 operational amplifier. Okay, right. You will see the circuit actually, because in 741 op amp is nothing but practical op amp. This is a practical purpose designed. Okay, practical purpose designed operational op amp. Okay, practical purpose we designed this operational amplifier. Okay, generally the symbol of IC 741 is like a same operational amplifier I'll explain, and here we using, there are numbers. These numbers are identify the each pin. Okay, so it is actually in pin nature, like symbol ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే like one simple గా ఇలా ఉండి, so we have some pins like IC pins. Okay, so each pin కి మనకి ఒక నెంబర్ ఇస్తారు, 3 4 5 6 like. So each pin having each separate number, and each pin have one separate functioning. Okay, like that. This is called IC, integrated chips. But right now, first of all, I use logic symbol only. Through logic symbol I can explain this type of IC manufacturing. Okay, so first of all I want to draw the diagram of general symbol of logic symbol of operational amplifiers. Using that logic symbol I can explain what is the different pins. Okay, so first of all I draw the logic symbol of operational amplifier. This is the logic symbol. I just draw the logic symbol. These are the inverting and non-inverting terminals. After that we'll collect output from here. Okay, right now. Oh, okay. So this is nothing but input voltage. I'll mention with another color. This is the input voltage and this is the output voltage. And here we are consider two power supply. This is called dual power supply, which was needed to operate this operational amplifier. So this is the dual power supply, right? This dual power supply is nothing but this is the one terminal and this is the second terminal. This is, I'm using yellow color, this is positive VCC and this is called minus VEE. This is called emitter current supply. So emitter voltage supply, this is collector voltage supply. Okay, so this is nothing but V1 and V2. So V1 indicates for inverting mode and this is called inverting input, and this is non-inverting input. Okay, so and this is for negative for inverting and positive for non-inverting terminal. Okay, so this is a 741. I will consider right now this is a practical operational amplifier. Then see, there is a one additional pin is there, that is the first pin. So here the first pin is represented. So this is the pin 1, actually pin 1, this is pin 1. Okay, and this pin 1 and pin 5 is also there, only pin 5. Okay, so additionally they have two pins. This pin is a fifth pin. Okay, and since this is the fourth pin and this is the seventh pin. Okay, and this is the sixth pin and this is the second pin and this is the third pin. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So therefore IC 741 having this IC 74 was 8 pins, actually 8 pin devices. 8 pin devices in ICs actually. Okay, but the 8th pin, whatever the 8th pin is there, this pin is nothing but not connected because there is no use of this pin. No use. This is alternate pin actually. Ee pin lo eda problem aithe ee pin use cheyali. This is called not connected pin or not used. Okay, so this is the very important. So IC 741 is a 8 pin devices and 8th pin was not used, but we are using 7 pins. Out of these 8 pins we are using 7 pins. So out of 8 pins we are using 7 pins. Okay, and these pins are right now. So the first pin was given to the ground terminal and the 5th is also offset null voltage. So this pin is offset null voltage pin actually. Okay, so now I'll explain pins actually. So which pin for which purpose. Okay, so you will note it. I'll erase this. After then I will start each pin for which purpose they are using. Okay, right. So I will draw the next diagram. Using that next diagram you can understand very easily. Each pin will be which functioning. Each pin will be which type of function. So 8 pin devices, actually IC 741 is an 8 pin devices, but the 8th pin is not connected, that is not used in that IC. Out of these 8 pins we are using 7 pins. So this is the block diagram of IC 741 block diagram, circuit symbol of IC 741 operational amplifier. Okay, so this voltage is called V0 voltage. Okay, and this is the 7th pin and 4th pin is power supply. We used 7th pin and 4th pin is for the purpose of power supply, and the 2nd and 3rd pin is using for input voltage, and the 6th pin is used for output voltage. Okay, and 1 and 5th both are used for offset null voltages. Actually this is a offset null voltage. So offset null voltage. So these two pins are using the purpose of offset null voltage. So null voltage and it is almost equal to zero. That's why first and fifth pin both are connected to ground terminal. So offset null voltage means ground. Okay. So therefore these two terminals are always connected in ground. Always connected to ground. Okay. Always connected to ground. So understand, this is the circuit symbol of 741 IC. Okay. Understand everybody? So today topic is almost interesting. Almost one thing, third unit is completed. Almost there is a two topics are there, open loop and closed loop configurations are there. After then uh, this is IC741 operational amplifier symbol. After then we have to discuss about integrated chip design, like a chip IC. In IC notification, how this operational amplifier circuit 741 of block diagram or pin diagram, whatever it may be. Next, we will discuss about the pin diagram of IC741. After that, we have in tomorrow class we study open loop, closed loop configuration. Okay, uh, and closed loop and the packing and voltage IC identification. There is one topic is this. One topic is there, packing and voltage IC identification, and another topic is open loop and closed loop configuration. Okay, so after completing these two, I think almost all the second unit is completed. Okay. So after then we will discuss some problems. Okay. After complete the problems, we can go to the fourth unit, applications of operational amplifiers. That unit is very big unit. It will take around 1 week to otherwise 10 days, 10 classes. That is need for 10 classes actually. Okay. So almost today's time is enough, I think. So we will meet at tomorrow. So until then, take care, be safe and be cool. Thank you very much.